taking flipping naked pictures every time on his story. Come on, bro. Don't tell me you haven't seen Tru's chest. Everyone's seen Tru's chest.
I have not seen it.
Tru, show him. Get it off. Get it off.
off.
We had a really funny conversation, me and Tru, the other day. Are we recording?
Here we are.
Oh.
It is
Let
rolling.
me sit up. Are we rolling?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we're rolling, bro. So this is going to be
Okay, introduce us then. Come on.
So this is going to be uncut, basically.
Is it?
So people are going to know about you. Right, thank you very much for tuning in on this third episode of Around the Table. And today we are going to be talking about some real truth of entrepreneurship. And is it oversold, undersold? Would you choose it if there were no applause, no followers, and no CEO titles? Just stress, responsibility, and pressure every single day. And joining me in the studio today are two very special people to me, my brothers. Tru, who's a returner to the show, and Sunny Araf, who is a first time to the show. So,
well, that's not technically true.
I know, but let's not get into technicalities.
Oh, okay.
All
yes,
right.
it's the first time I'm here.
Yeah. On camera.
On camera, yeah.
So, folks, how are you? Thank you very much for taking your time out. I know you guys are busy.
Thank you for having us.
What do you think of the rebrand?
Love it.
Yeah.
Around the table. Yeah.
So the conversation is going to be very easygoing. I've got some questions about this whole. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur now.
Everybody wants to be a boss.
Everybody
Big
wants
boss.
to be Sunny Araf and Tru.
Can-
But is it?
Sorry, can we just, when you refer to me, can you say Sunny Araf 1? Please. Okay. There's no just Sunny Araf, okay?
Sunny
to the
Araf
point where
1.
my wife bought me a perfume recently and she got Sunny Araf 1 engraved on it. Oh, that was quite cute.
1 in a million? Was it that one?
No, because that's my Instagram handle.
Yeah, I know that.
And my TikTok handle, by the way.
Oh.
And my Snapchat, but I don't have Snapchat.
Was Sonny Araf taken then? As somebody
Yeah,
else
it
got
was, yeah, some flipping geezer in India. I'm the Sunny Araf. No, you're not, bitch. It's me. I'm the Sunny Araf
Obviously,
one.
you know, have you seen the original Dixie? Right? Original, the brand, the original brand. It just says Dixie.
The original
on there.
Dixie.
Dixie's, yeah? The chicken.
Oh, the
Dixie's
chicken.
place, Yeah. It just says Dixie's, right? And then you have the fake, which says Dixie's original. That's what he is. Sunny Araf 1.
Excuse
The
me.
original-
The guy that
original.
owns Sunny Araf 1, Sunny Araf on flipping Instagram is younger than me. So I was, when
many
he was a
followers
thought.
That's got nothing to do with that.
It's none.
See, this is where the problem is now, isn't it? Anyways, let's get into the questions.
I thought we were already into it.
Right, we're gonna get into that now.
Okay.
Right. Let's start uncomfortable, right? Is entrepreneurship being sold like a lifestyle and not a responsibility?
What the hell does that mean? Can you be
Say
clear with your
I
questions,
love
please?
this. If you listen to both of their Instagrams, they're like, no, they shit. But it's a very simple question.
No, we know our
Is
shit when the people ask us proper questions.
Is entrepreneurship being sold like a lifestyle and not a responsibility?
See, when you chat GBT this shit, yeah, that's what happens. You get questions that don't even make sense.
So basically what it means, is it being sold like everyone should do it and not the responsibility that comes with it?
Right, okay.
It's not that hard,
Oh,
bro.
so, okay.
Oh, yeah.
No. True, we know what he's on about.
Yeah, we get it now. We get it now.
I'm gonna let True take that
Oh,
because
no,
he's
you
a
take
goat.
You take
Has
it.
he got a six-pack?
You take it. You
I
was
like
late.
this
You
because
was
there's
late.
2 entrepreneurs here. They just don't know what to say now. They give it 10. But yeah, go on.
Okay, so
It's a
look,
Sunday.
I think
It's
exactly. I know.
And
We're getting warmed
so,
up,
so
bro.
who's it
Yeah.
to blame? Is it the entrepreneurs themselves, the coaches, or social media? I'll make it easy for you.
Well, there is this. Look, the reality is that I think not a lot of people talk about the stress. Like the iceberg image that everybody's seen, right? Not a lot of people talk about the stress and the sacrifices that need to be made, and this is why I try and keep it as real as possible on my socials to show the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So everybody, the problem is really who you follow. So if you're going to be following the likes of
Sonny Araf one.
Yeah, Andrew. Wow. Yeah, please do that. Sonny Araf one. Lol. So if you're going to be following the likes of Andrew Tate, all these other crypto, billionaires or whatever, they're going to show this false reality. And look, when you are a successful entrepreneur, there is a part of you that can enjoy those things. So there is the cars and the women, if that's what you're into, and the watches and whatever. So that is part of it, but it comes after a lot of hard work and sacrifice. See, the problem is, NASA, everybody wants to miss that part, and they want to jump from A to Z, as opposed to doing the hard work. And as I always say, and one of my famous quotes is, "Are you ready? Everybody wants to eat, but nobody wants to hunt."
That's not yours.
Well, it's mine now.
Plagiarized the quote, but
Yeah. So if you're a young gun, right? If you're a young, let's say 17-year-old kid, you're sat there on Instagram, you're doom strolling, and you're coming across all these pages of people, showing the flashy lifestyle in Dubai and whatever. You're gonna think, wow, I want that. But how many people online are actually saying, "Son, if you want that, this is what you need to do." And I think there is a responsibility upon entrepreneurs, business people like ourselves, that show people the realities. But at the same time, we don't put people off, because I think it's the best thing ever. I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, but you've gone through that hardship that not many people want to go through, and like you said, not many people would like to go through that.
Well, that's why we always say, NASA, we do the things that other people don't want to do today, so we can buy and have the things that other people can't tomorrow.
Yeah.
So don't hate the player, hate the game, right?
hate the game.
If somebody's worked hard and they have achieved success and now they're driving a flipping Range Rover or whatever, be happy for them because they've worked hard for it.
Yeah, of course. Of course. But would you still take entrepreneurship if the money was normal?
If the money was
Just
no
average money?
Well,
no, I'll get a job.
And I think the reality is with entrepreneurship, I think Sonny's right. We see a lot of people out there who show this lifestyle, the clothes and the fast cars and the women and the holidays in Dubai and all this great stuff that can come along with entrepreneurship. But for some people, I genuinely believe that entrepreneurship is a gateway out of poverty. So for me, for people who look like me, actually, it's such a good thing, and I'm a big advocate for entrepreneurship. But I think what comes with that advocacy is the truth about what entrepreneurship is. It's not just all about fast cars, women, holiday, and all of that great stuff. It's also about hard work, and you've got to put in the graft. There's sleepless nights, there's responsibility, there's so many other things that come along with entrepreneurship. It's not just about the fun and the glory, and I think that's the issue. That's the issue that we face today.
But can we tell an average person to become an entrepreneur?
Depends what you mean by average.
Yeah. And the reality is look, the thing is, I think it's...
Or can an average person become an entrepreneur?
I think it's in your genes. And I think we're quite... Look, I think we're quite fortunate. I think we're quite fortunate.
It's in the Levi's.
Keep it there, mate.
Us on this table, as children of immigrants, are very fortunate.
Yeah.
Because I believe that that's a God-given gift to us. A gene that our parents and our ancestors had that has been passed down to us, whether we like it or we don't. The hard work, the morals and the ethics and what it takes to be an entrepreneur, we've got that naturally, and we would have seen it. And if you know your history, you'll know that your ancestors, like our parents came to this country and our grandparents came to this country with nothing. They literally had nothing. And they were, we've all heard the stories. 14 people living in one, I listen, when I hear the stories of when my dad was younger, and there was my granddad, obviously my grandma, my dad, and whatever. And then there was my granddad's brothers and cousins that were living in the house, and they used to, now don't say anything stupid here because I know you are, I'm going to say it anyway. They used to share beds.
Of course they did.
Right.
Yeah.
So one guy would be doing a day shift. And while he's out, the guy that was doing the night shift would be sleeping in that bed. And then when he'd come back, they'd swap over.
Yeah.
And that's how they built the foundations for us to build upon and be in the fortunate position that we are today. So it can be taught. I think entrepreneurship can be taught, but you've either got that hunter instinct or you ain't. And for no love or money, can you then force somebody that's actually quite inclined to just go and get a job, work a 9 to 5, and they're happy. And you know what? Let's just get this out right. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like there's no pressure. You know, bro, if you want to do a 9 to 5 and you're happy with your salary at the end of the month, and as long as you're happy, then there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not if you can't settle for just like a mediocre 9 to 5, then don't.
And I think happiness means different things to different people. And just kind of like going back to your point on entrepreneurship, I think there's 2 elements to it. I think the first element is mindset. So that's the thing that I don't think can be taught. Like, you either got it or you haven't. You either got that instinct, as you was talking about, that goal-getting instinct, or you haven't. And the second element to entrepreneurship is the practical, the operational side, all the stuff that you that comes along. Those things can be learned, I believe. I believe you can learn how to run a business, but I don't believe you can learn how to have a resilient mindset to, get back up after setbacks, to understand that it's going to take a lot of graft, sleepless nights, and an uncertainty and a level of risk. And that's a key part. Like, some people are just so adverse to risk. And if you can't take risk, if you're not a risk taker, then entrepreneurship is just not the right field for you at all.
Tru's a risk taker.
And stop following Sunny Araf one, because he's all about risk taking.
Yeah, can we just say that this isn't a paid promotion? They're going to think that I've paid you, and you keep mentioning Sunny Araf one.
Oh yeah, no. I don't have that much money to pay this guy.
Yeah,
literally.
He's a broke.
Bare followers after this.
So should we tell what we?
Lol. Sorry. Well,
So,
for the audience,
behind,
so they know what's going on, we've got these bloody headphones on, which we weren't told about, and it wasn't in the contract, to be honest. When Tru sent over his rider, I was just going to say this, right? It wasn't. But we can hear ourselves, and it's amplified, and it actually sounds really cool. Like when you do this, wow, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, and then when you come really close to the mic and talk, it just, so we're just being like silly. But I've never been on a podcast without. And I've done loads of podcasts.
Yeah, especially in Dubai. Every time he goes in Dubai, he comes back and there's like a reels of different podcasts.
That's the power of social media, bro.
And then you ask him, like, can you do a podcast with? I'm sick of them. I hate them. I've done it so many times.
No. But look,
But then he goes to me, oh, they pay me. I was like, oh, right, okay, is that what it is?
No. So look, when you go to Dubai, the beauty is, and I announce it now, I've figured it out. So I'm actually really fortunate to be in the position that I am. When I announce that I'm coming, people will invite me on their podcast, and I like that. And some I accept, and some I don't. Right? But I think I need to take my foot off the pedal a bit, to be honest, because it's getting a bit like
It's a bit same thing.
no. Because the problem I've got is everybody. Obviously, they all want the content, so they're all creating these reels, and they're all sending me collab requests, right, to do it. And like on one day, I've got my own social media strategy, so I've got videos that I need to post. I've got so much content that I need to put out. So on one day, I'm like, okay, today, like yesterday or the day before, I was meant to put a video out for a business, right, a friend of mine. So it's not like I didn't charge him.
I wanted to talk about that, but yeah, just a little free promotion.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? And so I was going to do a collab with them, right? And then somebody sent me an invitation. And the problem is, because they're in Dubai, so their timing of posting is different to ours. Do you get it? So that they post when they're supposed to post in Dubai. And then I accept that. So I'm like, oh. But anyway, so I've just told them now. I've said, guys, if you're going to send, and then some of the accounts are smaller than mine. So I'm trying to say to them, look, send me the reel. Let me be the guy that does the collab. Because then
does that make a difference?
100%.
Does it?
Yeah, of course it does. The one that asks for the collab, if it's a bigger account, you're likely to get more reach.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
So some of these podcasts, they're quite new, and that's why I did it, really, because I just met the people. I actually liked them, to be honest, and they said, will you come on our podcast? I said, yeah, I'll come. Just helping them out.
Yeah, 100%. So, this whole 9 to 5, telling people to sack their 9 to 5 or go into entrepreneurship and all of that
No,
stuff.
I don't ever tell anyone to sack their 9 to 5.
No, I'm not saying you say.
Society.
I know you don't say. But, generally online and
No,
stuff.
there is some really irresponsible entrepreneurs that will say to them, leave your 9 to 5 and
so
start the hustle.
is that dangerous, or is that just kind of helping people motivate?
No, it's dangerous, bro. It's really dangerous because, look, you're telling someone that's comfortable in a 9 to 5, right, to give up their job and start the side hustle, right? Now, I always say to people, never give your day job up until your business is paying you enough for you to do that, right? So still focus on your side hustle. And it may mean that there's going to be sleepless nights. It may mean that you're working every hour, you're working the weekends, you don't get a holiday. But that, bro, if you want it and you want it bad enough, you're going to do it, right?
Yeah.
So, but there's people out there, and you see some really famous, well-followed entrepreneurs, that people that I used to actually look up to be honest. And they'll be like, they'll meet someone at a show and the guy will be like, oh yeah, I want to start a bakery. I want to start selling cookies. And they're like, yeah, well then you need to, give up your day job, and start flipping selling cookies.
You know what?
Can we edit that, by the way, Zishan?
I think it's what you're saying there is true, and I think it's definitely Americanized. I think there's so many American people that kind of follow that rhetoric, but actually, I think there's something in it in terms of making entrepreneurship sexy and salacious and all these great things, because without that, without highlighting the success of entrepreneurship, then people like us probably wouldn't go into it because we don't know what the possibilities are. I think the issue always comes down to is the responsibility and being responsible. So giving the highs and the lows. A lot of people just give the highs and think, yeah, that's enough, and people should quit their 9 to 5. And the reality is that if you're in a 9 to 5, it's very unlikely that you're going to break the ceiling. Like, it's very unlikely that you're going to create enough generational wealth. Like, the percentage is really small.
Yeah.
So ideally, entrepreneurship is a gateway for many people out of their circumstance, especially if you're black or brown. Like, it's one of it's more guaranteed than a 9 to 5 if you're not in the higher percentage of earners in the 9 to 5. However, it has to come with responsibility. I would never deter anybody away from entrepreneurship because I know what it's done for my life and people around me. So I think it's a great avenue, but we just have to be responsible with it. And that's...
So if you had to give advice to somebody who's thinking of becoming an entrepreneur, what would be the 3 or 4 steps that they should really focus on, and how should they do it?
You take this one.
Now
someday.
You know what? Every question. You take this one.
I've just come from the gym, bro.
I got protein up to my eyeballs.
The first thing I would say is get a mentor. Get a mentor who's successful, who has done it, who has wore the t-shirt, who can give you the highs, the lows, the ins and outs, and avoid you from making the same mistakes that they did.
Okay.
Like I think a mentor is vitally important, and not just a mentor by name, a mentor that's actually going to help you and support you and check in and give you the support and guidance that you need. So that will be the first thing that I would do for anybody who's even thinking about going into entrepreneurship.
Do you do that?
No.
Okay. All right. No, carry on.
Or a paid executive coach.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to invest in yourself. And I think that's
another problem. Point. These mentors, they charge you arm and a leg. Not everyone can afford 10, 15, 20 grand a month.
No, but the thing is, look, again, I have people call me and message me all the time saying, Sonia, will be a mentor, right? And I just be completely open with them. So I don't do new startups. I don't do somebody that's just started. I do established entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that's
because I know what I'm charging, your average Joe cannot pay that. Yeah. Like, absolutely.
How much do you charge?
A lot of money.
Roughly. Ballpark.
I'm not going to say what I charge on here, am I?
Why can't you?
Because it's
just a ballpark.
It's expensive.
Okay. Can I afford it?
No.
Oh, there you go. Very expensive.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, right? It's those. My clients are established entrepreneurs. They know what they're doing. They're from all over the world, and they now want to take their business to the next level, right? And it's not just so they know that investment, that sitting
for
down
them,
with
it's
me,
a business expense, isn't it?
Like 100% exactly, and they can put it as a business expense, so that's fine. But then people don't understand it, because I'll have like literally people saying, and I'm like, bro, you just you're not. Because what I do is I try and qualify them. I send them a questionnaire and get to fill it out. And if as soon as I've read the first answer, I know they're not ready for it, right?
What is the first question?
I don't know what it is. I can't remember. I don't know what the first question is, but it's basically, so again, one of those is, what's your price marker? Like, how much are you willing to invest in yourself? And if they say like £25 an hour, I'm like, well, then I'm not the person for you. But there is mentors out there that will probably charge you £25 an hour. Do you get it? So you're right. There is coaches that are very expensive online, but there is also people that will do it for quite cheap because they may cater for the new startups, you know. So everything's possible. It just depends on how much money you want to spend.
And you know, like honestly, I think coaches have been getting a really bad name recently, you know, for various reasons. And as long as you do your due diligence, and I'm not going to say there isn't some shit coaches out there, because there is. You know, people who haven't done it, who haven't wore the t-shirt, who are teaching you what they don't know, and, you know, just slapped a few courses or programs from ChatGPT and rolling it out like they're the god of whatever they're teaching. And I get it, but you've got to do your due diligence, and you can't be afraid to invest in yourself. You can't. Like, knowledge is power, and there's only so much knowledge that you can get from a podcast or a book, or, you know, like you really want somebody to guide you and to help you and to stop you from making the same mistakes that that they did. So I think investing in yourself is such a mindset. Like, you know, you've got to have that mindset that you know you're going to invest this now, but you're going to tenfold it. You're going to get your ROI within the next 6 months, 12 months, or whatever you. For
someone to find a mentor, what should they kind of look into? What are certain markers that they should kind of?
What are the red flags?
Yeah, any red flags? Or, what should they avoid?
What should they avoid?
Yeah. I mean, what kind of, you know, say for example, somebody wants to start a food business. Who should they kind of look for, and who should they avoid?
See, to me, this goes down to branding and personal branding, and
that was my next question. Yeah.
And what are they projecting online? Like, what are they showcasing? If they're just showcasing the success of what they're doing, so the cars, the jewelry, the holidays, and that's what they're presenting, then to me that's a red flag. If they're doing that alongside content, they're showing their expertise, they've got testimonials, you know, they're giving value in terms of, you know, they're doing Q&As, they're being transparent, they're being open, they're saying, if you don't learn X, Y, Z, then I'll give you a refund. Like, these are people that have done it before. Then those are the type of people that I'll be like, okay, yeah, they seem to be credible coaches because they've got the testimonials, they've got the content, they're positioning themselves as the expert. I like what they're doing. But if they're just quote unquote being an influencer online and just
these
showing
influencers
the success of, then
can't stand them.
Yeah.
Or influencers.
Beware.
Influencers.
Influencers.
And ultimately, Tru, the question they need to ask is, what have you done, bro?
Me?
No, like the coach, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if I'm going to someone for advice, for example, I'm not going to go to a broke ass guy that's never done never done no business and ask him, you know, how do you scale a business? I want to know that person sat in front of that camera or across that table, to me, has been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, right? So the problem is if you've got someone selling courses or trying to teach you about business, but they've never been in business themselves, what are you doing, bro?
Exactly.
How are you going to teach me something that you've never done yourself? Now, look, there is an argument.
Like a business teacher in college.
Yeah. But again, I was going to say that there is an argument, like your teachers, for example, right? So, when you train somebody, a trainer doesn't necessarily need to be an expert in that subject matter. They just need to know how to train that specific topic. So there's a difference here, right?
So would you go to a PT?
No way. We've had this conversation, bro.
They're
Fat people should
trained.
not be PTs.
They have the knowledge.
Fat guys or girls should not be personal trainers. That's it.
But they are trained in a specific...
I don't give a flying fuck.
Okay. Yeah. Beep. One second. We've got that.
Oh, wow. I like that. Wow. Have you got any others?
Yeah, I've got loads. I've got...
But
Why didn't you do that when you introduced Tru?
I'll
do that when I said... Oh, you're not using this properly, are you? New to this, aren't
we
you?
need to start again.
Yeah, should we start again? Don't you use that? You use that sound effect on my flipping thing, yeah. You're gonna get a slap. So anyway, yeah, no, fat guys, we're gonna go off on one now. Don't get me started. You get me cancelled, bro.
Wait, you were fat once upon a time.
I still am.
You said it. No, so okay, wait. So we were talking about giving advice to.
You were just about to
three-
slate
three-
fat guys that be PTs. You were just about to do that.
No,
Yeah.
I'd never do that because I was a fat guy once upon a time.
Yeah, but you weren't a PT though,
No, I wasn't.
That's
a
the
good
difference.
point. Yeah, that's
because you are like the product, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you get it? Like I would get like, I mean, PTs need to have 6 packs, bro. Well, maybe not 6 packs.
no, but then
But they
again,
need to at
what
least
happens
look
is-
like they're in shape.
But I don't know who would go to any PT that's not in shape, that wants to get in shape. It just doesn't make sense.
I saw a fat
Yeah.
PT walking around the gym once.
And did he have any clients?
They're all.
That don't make no. That don't to me.
All
That
his
don't
clients
make
were
no
fat too.
sense.
They wanted to look like him.
Yeah,
they had a 6-pack.
No, but there is but there is people that want to put on weight too.
Yeah.
So and that is a form of PT
Yeah,
too, right? So
course.
PTs can help people put on mass and size and whatever.
I guess. But
Yeah, but no, I mean, yeah, I don't know if he had clients. I don't know if he was a PT or the cleaner, to be honest. I was just trying to work it out. Just some fat dude with a t-shirt saying PT walking around. I was like, are you a personal trainer?
That meant pretty terrible. Not a personal trainer.
But no, I was a PT, bro.
It
I'm
must
sure it was
have
an
been-
LA
look,
Fitness.
The way I
back
look
in the
at
days.
it, if somebody has the knowledge, then they might have been in shape. Maybe
No,
they're just
okay,
off
so
season,
and
but
look,
then why ain't they doing it themselves?
Exactly.
That's
might
the
be
question.
off season.
no, but look,
putting weight
but
on.
I'm
And
going to put another twist to this, right? Because look at Prince Nassim, right? I mean, have you seen the size of him now?
Yeah.
Right.
But that doesn't mean
Yeah,
he doesn't know his
but
thing.
if I wanted to go to boxing, would I get Prince Nassim to coach me? Absolutely, bro, because he's the man. And it's a shame he's let himself go. It's such a shame that he's let
But
himself
imagine
go.
this.
But-
Imagine this, right?
But he's got
All
the
your
miles.
life.
He's got the he's got the record. You can.
That's what I mean.
So
So
you
what
can't-
I'm saying is the fat PT might have been a flipping world heavyweight champion back in the days.
He might be still is the heavyweight champion.
What, of eating.
Emphasis on heavy.
Yeah, but no. But he might have been. Go on, do this thing. Ooh. Yay.
This is getting out of hand.
Okay.
Guys,
Well, we're on about business. How do we get speaking about fat PTs?
I don't know. We were talking about advice and
Yeah, we were just saying. So yeah. So my thing is, look, guys, if you're out there and you're looking for a mentor or a coach, just make sure that they're qualified. Okay, they need to be qualified in what they're teaching. They need to have done it, and they need to have made the mistakes, man. Like and there's nothing wrong with. Look, let's just say there was a coach who had it all once and then lost it all. You could go to him.
yeah, of course.
Because you could learn because he's made some very expensive mistakes.
Very.
And you can go to him. Can you put your phone away, please?
No, I was just going to show you. Carry on.
Okay. So there is that too, but guys that haven't really achieved anything and they're trying to teach people how to become millionaires and stuff, that's just like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Behave.
It is, and you get a lot of it because of social media and this whole fake image that people put out there.
It's difficult.
It's saturated in that property world. Like there's so many property gurus and
Yeah.
property like.
This is one of the reasons why I don't really push my coaching. I don't do it because
it stays authentic that way.
I don't want to come across as being is that what it's gone into? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't push
Yeah.
it. Thankfully,
Makes
people
sense.
come to me and then we start a conversation. Then I'm like, that's why when you ask me about my price or whatever, it's not something you'll never see a rate card for me, for example, out there. Do you get it?
Because
On my
it's different
website.
for everyone, I
It's
suppose.
individual.
Yeah, of course.
When people approach me, I speak to them. So these conversations are behind the scene. And to be fair, the people that I've spoken to and my clients didn't even know they needed a coach. That's another thing too. But you ask them now, their lives have changed.
Wow.
So and I never had a coach. Didn't have a mentor neither. See, it wasn't glamorized when we were doing it.
It was different back then.
There wasn't entrepreneurs on the internet that were driving fast cars.
Nah.
And there wasn't any of that. We did it to get out of poverty. We did it because I didn't want to be in the same position that my parents were in. I wanted to be different. Yeah. So I saw the effects of poverty, and that had kind of trauma on me, to be honest. And I was like, I don't never, ever, ever want to be in that position. So
Now with entrepreneurship, right, moving on to personal branding, how important is it to have a personal brand? And at what point is it
Tru's
authenticity?
the expert in this, but it's the
Authenticity, or
Go on,
is it
Tru.
just a controlled perception?
do you think, Tru?
What do I think? I think it's massively
Can we give him a
important.
sound effect when
I
he
know,
starts talking
man,
about this? No, that's afterwards, you flipping donut.
There's nothing before that.
Can you label these?
Yeah, I can see him here.
Oh, you can.
Yeah,
Okay. No, you can't.
of course I can.
Stop lying. Okay, go on. Sorry. Anyway, over to
Supposed to be a
Tru,
very
the
serious.
personal
This is meant
branding
to be.
expert.
So for me, like personal branding is a must. Like it's so
Tru, can you make yourself sound a bit sexy, please?
to me. Personal branding.
baby.
Is a must.
I love it. That's better. See,
Oh,
you'd sell
goodness
so many
me.
more courses if you started talking like that.
Come and buy my
Yeah.
course.
I know. Look at that. There's a difference in it. You know, you can do that. Come and buy my course. Come on. Wow, personal branding, yeah. No, brother.
True.
If you want,
This is part of the branding.
It is. It's part of the brand. Going back to personal branding, I think it is important. I think you, especially if you're out there and you're in business and you want work, you have to be visible. Like no one, you can't buy what you can't see. You know, and I feel like, particularly if you're in a B2C, like I do believe that you have to be visible. Yeah, and you also have to be credible, and that's what personal branding is. It's about being visible and being credible and building trust and building community. And I think a lot of people get it twisted. You know, you want to build community. You want to build people that, you know, if you was to put something out tomorrow, they support it because they support you as a person, as opposed to just the product or the business that you're working on. And, you know, like personal branding is the way forward now, particularly in business. Like it, and you know, it depends on what the business is. There's some businesses that absolutely doesn't need that don't need a personal brand. But if your business does need a personal brand, then you have to build it. Otherwise, you're going to get left.
yeah. I think.
What businesses would require a personal brand?
Sorry, Tru. I think any entrepreneur, any businessman, anyone that wants to be taken seriously in the world, in the business world,
Yeah.
needs a personal brand. Like, because look, this is the reality, right? We're franchisees, right, Nasa, me and you, right?
Yeah.
If we could, the franchises could be taken from us, but the personal brand that we've built cannot be taken from us, right?
Yeah.
So I could lose all my companies tomorrow, and if I had to start again from scratch, if I've got a solid personal brand, people will want to work with me.
Yeah.
They'll know what I'm about, right?
Yeah.
So, and actually, the majority of opportunities that come my way are because of my personal brand. Because the way I am, the way I show myself on social media, like just the whole thing, right, my personal branding. That's why people want to work with me, and that's where the opportunities come.
But also, personal brand affects so many different things. It affects who wants to work with you, who wants to come and be employed by you, like who wants to, you know, like do
Associate
business with you, who
Yeah.
wants the clients, your network, your referrals. All of that boils down to your personal brand. Like people don't want to work with stupid people or idiotic people. You know, we want to work with decent, credible people.
True. When's your next course?
It's coming soon.
Coming soon.
It's
So
coming
when
soon.
at what point does your personal brand become fake? Because like we spoke earlier, there's a lot of fake
Well, it
people.
doesn't if you're authentic.
The point when you start lying.
Yeah. Start chatting it.
When you start chatting shit, like that's when your personal brand becomes fake. When you stop being authentic, when you stop, you know, when you start telling fibs, like that's when your personal brand is a whole load of
Doo-doo.
nonsense.
absolutely.
So how do you pick out the nonsense? Because don't forget, like there's a lot of people out there who will show you all of that, but they're very successful.
But no. But this is when it look, and there's a lot of people out there that don't have a personal brand and don't really want.
And
to
they're
put
still
themselves-
very,
and
very
they're
successful.
100%, bro. We know so many people that
They don't like social media, but
and that's fine. You know, that's fine. But I think being an entrepreneur and putting yourself out there is quite a selfless thing too. You know, like, and some people unfortunately are selfish, and we see it in our community so much. Right? They'll climb the ladder and they'll kick it back when they get to the top.
Yeah.
They don't want to help other people come up, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's like if you're an entrepreneur, you're established, you've done really well, right? I believe it's your duty
I
to
agree.
help the future generation of entrepreneurs. I believe that you need to be helping other people get to where you are, right? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not doing it, then frankly, you're selfish,
Yeah,
right? If you can't make time for someone just to give them some advice, to reply to a DM, or even to sit down and have a coffee.
And just on that point, like, it's incumbent upon us to be visible,
Yes.
and to be role models, because especially from our communities, there's not many. There's not many role models who have made it, who are successful, who look like us. So I believe it's our duty to be out there and to be a shining example, to show people from our areas and people who look like us that you can do it too. Like that little black or brown kid thinking, I want to be a business owner, but I don't know where to start or what to do. Oh, look, there's Sonny, there's Tru, they've done it. I can do it
Exactly.
too.
And we're relatable, Tru.
Yeah, exactly. And it's important.
Like, look, there's a lot of people out there.
Why have you missed me out?
Sorry.
Because you're the host.
Sorry.
So,
When you come here and we interview you, that's when your name gets mentioned, bro.
okay. I feel better now.
It's about me
Just
and
wanted
Tru.
a clarification. That's
It's
all.
about me and Tru, right? We're the guests.
Of course you are.
And we're relatable. Like, there's somebody that's successful that lives in the same area as me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's went to the same school, maybe as my parents, because we're old now, right? You know, but that, you know, you'll see him out in the same coffee shops that everybody else drinks, in the same restaurants that everybody else eats, and the takeaways, you know. We need to be relatable. You know, in COVID, right? It's a true story. You ready? In COVID, I remember I heard my son, my two sons, and my two nieces, they're having a conversation, and they were talking about Andrew Tate. So I just sat there. I was like, and this is like before he really popped. He was on his way up, right? And I remember I went up to my nieces and I was like, "Do you know about Andrew Tate?" And they're like, "Yes, Annie, Mum, we know about Andrew Tate." And then they started telling me whatever. So, what do you know about Andrew Tate? So they told me whatever they felt they knew. And then I remember I sat back and I thought to myself, "This is our kids. These are the role models for our kids."
Mm.
So then I thought to myself, you know what? And I literally had one of those moments, probably from God, but I had one of those moments when I thought to myself, if we can't find those role models in our society for our kids, then we need to become the role models.
Mm.
We can't sit on the sidelines and complain about it and say, oh, there's no role models.
Yeah.
Ultimately, if I want my boys and my daughter to look up to somebody, I'm not going to wait around for someone to be the role model, bro. I'm going to take that responsibility to be the role model. So if they're on a podcast,
I love that.
If they're on a podcast in the future and somebody says, who was your role model? They should be saying, my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, I've done something wrong. You know?
Love that.
And they shouldn't say they want to be like Andrew Tate. They want to be like Sonny Araf 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, absolutely.
Who was Sonny Araf?
Yeah.
My dad.
And true, that's successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I
I
love
heard,
that.
like, for me, somebody asked me once, it's like, Sonny, how do you know if you're successful? Like to you, in 20 years' time, what does success look like?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, if I'm sat there with my kids, my wife and my kids, and my children want to spend time with me, then I'm successful.
Mm.
But if my kids despise me and they don't want to spend time with me and they can't wait to leave the house because I was an absent father, you know, or I was always working and I was never at home, and there is times when you have to do that, right?
Yeah.
Then I failed, bro. All the money, all the cars, all the watches, all the property won't mean nothing to me if my children don't want to spend time with me. So inshallah, our kids do want to spend time with us, and we have to be the role model. And it goes back to health, right? We're talking about health. If you're the fat, and I've been the fat dad, you know, we joke about it, right?
So, okay. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Go on. Carry on.
I know,
I've got
he wants to start talking
question.
about this now. This is his thing, right? If I want my kids, you know, like I was trying to get Abdullah into shape, but I had to get myself into shape before I got Abdullah into shape. Like, Abdullah, you know, I can't be sat there on the sofa eating a doner kebab and Abdullah, get on the treadmill.
With mayonnaise on his own face.
Did you get it? So we have to be those, we have to lead by example and say, look, son, I'm getting in shape. So Abdullah knows now that dad goes to the gym 6 days a week. I may not look like it, but I actually do. Right?
No, you've mashallah done really, really well.
Can I have a round of applause, please? And maybe Z, now when we do this, right, you can put a picture of when I was like, you know, fat. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so we need to be the role models. But I think you were going to say something about fat dads.
No, yeah, I was going to say, what was life like when you were a fat dad compared to a handsome dad now?
Oh, thank you. Look, if I'm honest, if I think about it, I was proper lazy, man. You know, like I thought to myself, we travelled all over the world with my kids, right? And my kids would go in the pool, and I'd be sat there on the sunbed. I love sunbathing. Don't get me wrong. I love sitting. I'm literally one of the very few Asians that you're going to find that actually doesn't have a problem sitting in the sun and getting his ass black. Like literally, right? I'm absolutely fine with that, right?
Not racist here.
No, but people don't like sitting in the sun, bro. We've got we could talk about this. I've made videos on this. We've got a huge issue about, you've seen it in the black community, right? With skin color. But I will sunbathe all day long. Like, I don't care. Like, if I come back off holiday and I ain't tanned,
I'm going back.
Bro, I paid money for that. You need to know. I've been 100%. Like when people see me, you've been on holiday. Oh, yeah. Damn right, I've been on holiday. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so and I used to be on the sunbed. I used to watch my kids, right, and then I'd probably go in the pool for like 10 minutes with them. Right?
Out of breath.
No, not out of breath. I was conscious about myself, bro. Yeah. It wasn't that. I had a big stomach and I had man boobs. So I didn't like getting in the water with them.
But yeah.
Well, it's working. It's work in progress. We're getting there. We're getting there, right?
Personal brands kicking in.
So, and I thought, wow. And I've wasted all that time. No, we still had a great time. I'd still go to the water parks with them, whatever. But I wasn't proud walking with them on the beach and, with my chest out, like kind of,
Yeah.
But I'm actually really looking forward to the next holiday, to be honest, because, that's going to be me,
Not
right?
for them.
Absolutely. So my point is that, and I wasn't really setting a good example for them.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think when you're in shape, more than anything, it's the confidence that it gives you. Like you feel on top of the world. You dress better. You when you're on holiday,
bro, people come up to you in events when you're at events.
Conversations,
looking good, what's the secret?
It's a conversation starter.
Look at that last event that we went to. How many people were giving me compliments? I don't know if you heard them.
No.
You might have got a few.
I got loads. I got a couple.
But it's because they saw me after so long.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonny, you've lost so much weight.
I think it was a few years ago when I saw you at I think it was a BYSA event.
Remember it?
And I was like, Sonny, what on earth happened? Like, ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I was, because before I knew you as Sonny, and
all right,
but not a bit more like.
Look, we're all friends here, right? You can be open, yeah.
And then I saw you, and I was like, damn, like
first he was like Sonny, and then he was like Sonny.
that was my first transformation.
That was mad.
That was insane.
You came to see me in Ellsbury, and I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah. That was
honestly that was mental.
Yeah.
So
but the
confidence mental
that it gives you is just insane. Like you think you're on a different wavelength. Like you think differently.
True, I've started going to the events now, and honestly, because I dress well and I look good. Do you get it? Subconsciously, I was like, I may have been getting ready to go to an event, and I'm trying to put my clothes on. I'm just not happy with the way I'm looking. I'm like, my stomach's sticking out. The suit doesn't fit me. In the end, I'm like, you know what, I ain't going. Forget this. But now.
Really?
Bro. It's like
is that the reason why you stopped going?
No, I mean I stopped going to the events because there was loads of dickheads at the event, so I just stopped because I didn't want to see them, to be honest.
That's the wrong one. That should have been an applause.
Yeah, I mean, come on, same people, same event, same selfies, same awards, same tables, same sponsors. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Birmingham is just like, ugh. Yeah, anyway, so then I stopped
on
going.
Facebook once, and a lot of people didn't like it.
I put
and,
they
and,
wouldn't.
And,
I had
and it
people
was the same
calling
problem.
me. I had people. I put something up about. I remember once, right? And
I remember that.
Do you remember it, right?
I remember.
I didn't even. I didn't even
you got
realize.
Under people's skin.
Literally, people were making phone calls to each other, and it got like to high level. Like it was mad.
What
and
was it? Do you remember?
I just had a rant about the event. I spoke my mind, right?
I think I did read.
You would have read it because that post were like it kicked. It literally shook. I mean, I'm sure there's people now that don't talk to me properly because of that flipping post, but it is what it is, isn't it? I've always said it. I've always said that I'm not, and which is why. And also, I think there comes a time in your life when you need to be exclusive.
Yeah,
like if you're
this is your time now.
Like you're attending every single event. It then just becomes. It's not special. But one thing I don't do is. I never accept a last minute invitation. I'm not going to be you had a table and because somebody's cancelled, now you want to phone me and say, Sonny, I've got a table. No way. If somebody wants me to, so this is for the record, for anyone that wants to ever invite me to an event.
You don't have to
it's just, he wants people to know.
Yeah, I'm just telling people, you listen, you better phone me when you book the table and you've got the tickets weeks in advance so I can put it in my diary. Yeah. But if you're phoning me on a Thursday night saying, Sonny, I've got 2 tickets for an event on Friday, fuck off. because I ain't coming. I'm not going to be no one's stamp.
No, just say to them, all right, I'll come. And just don't turn up.
And I think it's rude, bro. I know sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
You know, someone lets you down. You know, oh, by the way, blah, blah, blah.
Just give the whole story, innit?
You know, like,
Say, look, this is what's happened.
Tell me,
Yeah.
I've had someone cancel. And if you want, you know, I've got a ticket or whatever, that's different. But yes, I want you to, I know, what is it?
Yeah.
I want you to invite you to our event. Okay. When is it? Tomorrow. I don't even respond, bro. I started responding. I'm like, all right.
Well, yeah. Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair, isn't it?
Fair.
Fairs.
I'm the same. Like, don't give me a last minute invite. I'm not coming. I would very rarely come to an event in Birmingham anyway if you give me months in advance notice.
Bloody
So
hell.
to
Is
give
that
me
how
a
busy
last
you guys
minute,
are?
No, the thing
you know,
is,
it's about being exclusive.
you got to be exclusive, bro. You just
You
gotta
can't
say,
be everywhere.
You can't go to every single event. And when you do turn up at the events, that's when it's like,
And-
oh,
And don't get me
Sonny
wrong,
Tru was here.
I used to
True
be like
was
that.
here.
I used to be at every single event going.
Same.
And after a while, I was like, I'm doing more for the event than the event's doing for me. Like me being
bro,
here.
give him a flipping round of applause, bro.
But it's true. Me being at that event is doing more for the event than what the event's doing for me.
Yeah.
So I quickly learned, like, this isn't the space that I want to be in.
That's what we decided, didn't we, Z? So you know what? Forget going to just some people that we know, like somebody has come here and they've invited us. Okay, you know, it's different. You have to go to that.
Yeah.
Like
There
the
is
last one we went to.
There is
Mission
some
Relief.
events that are just in my calendar. Like I will, like the BYSA dinner. You know, I'm an ambassador, so I'll always be at their dinner, right? Whatever, right?
It's
So there
because
is
it's a dinner.
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't even. The worst thing is, I don't even eat from there.
Of course you don't.
A lot of the times, they just and then have dinner afterwards. Depends on who the caterer is, but
No shade.
yeah. But so there is some events that I will like. I'm at them events, right? And there's certain people, if they invite me, I'll always go. You know, it may not be. I'm not going to get nothing from it. You know, I know the room's not really my people. I'm not going to network there. I'm not going to make any money from it. But just because it's someone special, you know, and you want to help them out, I'll go. That's not. So I think so. So
See, if I had an event, would you come to my event?
100%.
True.
Of course I would.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Will you come to mine?
Yeah.
Of course I would. As long as it's not like last minute.
The day before.
Yeah. You know, you got to say exclusive. What was it? Yeah, exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got to do it. You know, look, the worry now is, Nasser, that you're going to try and be exclusive, and you're going to exclude yourself from things. So you've got there's a way of doing it. We'll teach you about it later.
All right. Can you teach me on camera
About what?
about how to do this?
Oh, no.
thing?
Okay, so look, if we're talking about this right, True, the reality is look, you look at an event.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I first started my business journey, I was like you, True. I used to go to all the events, the chamber events, the networking. I was like everywhere, right? And then I started realizing, actually, because the line of work that I was in, there wasn't really any customers for me. And then I switched it. Then I started going to the events and I changed my intention. Now I'm going to the events to find a supplier.
Yeah.
Right. So I thought to myself, so I'd go to the event with the intention that I'm not going to pick up any business from there. But you know what? There's accountants, because you're always going to get accountants at these events. Always going to get
Accountants,
solicitors,
lawyers,
right?
yeah.
Lawyers. So printers, you know, all these kind of guys. So and then I started finding my suppliers there, right? So we need a printer. Let's go to the event and let's see if we can find some whatever. And then I started realizing that actually these events are no longer for me because in a way, without sounding big-headed, you kind of outgrow the room. You know?
Yeah, of course.
Because
yeah.
the more you scale up and grow your business and improve your personal brand, the rooms get smaller, smaller and smaller and smaller, which is why I love, you know, I'll always go to the Goldman Sachs events, the EY events, you know, because they're always going to because what they do is they look at, they say that we've got 50 entrepreneurs. They're all doing 10 million plus turnover, businesses. They're all looking to exit or whatever they're doing, right? Let's put all them in one room. So what they do is they create rooms for us that we can be in, and we're actually quite comfortable. The issue I've got is that I need to be in rooms where if I'm speaking about success and that I've just bought a Ferrari or whatever, it doesn't sound like I'm bragging because I want the guy next to me to say, just bought a flipping, what's that? What colour's your Bugatti?
Yeah.
You know, I've just bought a Bugatti. You know, these are the rooms that I want to be in, bro, because that inspires me to be like, to get on it.
Yeah.
You know, I thought I was big bad in my Range Rover, but the man's driving a flipping, you know, a Bugatti, bro.
And then asking for the colours every week, different colours for the day, you know.
And you want to be inspired. You want to be with people that are going to get you to the next level. You want to be with people that are going to motivate you. And more importantly, you want to be in rooms where you're not going to leave and people are not going to be backbiting you and just saying.
But it's true.
BS.
I mean, you've had your fair share of backbiting.
Yeah, of course.
You're always going to look. I believe, and I used to hear this verse, and I used to be like, "Oh, it's bollocks." But I genuinely do believe that if people aren't talking about you behind your back, if you're not rubbing somebody up the wrong way, right?
You're doing something not right.
You're almost invisible, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you do so, but obviously do it with a bit of finesse. Like, don't do it so that you're just literally going on there and putting posts up just to get a reaction. That clickbait, right?
Yeah.
But you're never going to be able to please everybody.
Exactly.
And
that's one rule that you have to learn, particularly if you're putting yourself out there and you're building your brand. Like you're gonna upset somebody with your success. Of course. Like you're gonna upset.
That's a given, isn't it? That's a given. But have you ever not posted something because it didn't fit your image? Like a collaboration we spoke about earlier.
No. So I think what you need to remember is that there is a small part of our lives that you see online, and there's a huge part of our lives that you'll never see. Yeah. So there is certain things that I can't post. Right, there's certain things
like a topless photo,
yeah. And just that. I know we laugh about it, but actually, with my brand and what it represents, now imagine if I can't. This is probably why God's not giving me. No,
I think you can.
Like
if you're in good shape.
No, but
I think it's about the narrative that you put. If you was to do like one before and one now, I think that's fine.
No. But I'm on about like. To be fair, when I'm in shape, I'm gonna start. You're gonna see me. I'm gonna be like that guy. What's his name? The one with the plaster on his nose. Alex Hermosi.
Oh,
because it's just simple. Put a vest on, put some shorts on, get a plaster on your nose, and sit there and start recording content. You don't have to worry about what you're gonna wear today, right? So there is.
I'll put this on today.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, was that you? You're still a good-looking guy, though, even if you're a big dead. Dead his stomach, by the way. Dead. So there is certain things, and to be fair, it scares me because I don't ever want to come across as being that guy that's showing off. I've always been very conscious of that fact,
But then again, you can't please everyone. Certain people will say, "Oh, the guy's always showing off, always talking about."
But I don't think me here now, sat here now, honestly speaking, Tru, tell me, like you obviously follow me and whatever, right? I don't think anyone can say that I show off because I don't feel like I do.
No.
I don't show off.
No.
Bro, if I wanted to show off, trust me, I could show off.
Yeah.
But I'm not about that life. I don't want anyone to feel bad. Like, what's my content? And to feel like,
I'm trying to think of something. But I just can't find it.
There's nothing there, brother.
I know,
there's nothing there. But I also think
we might have to dig deep in those files.
Get the files. Get the files.
Zishan, stop making notes. Damn.
3,000 files.
But I think as your brand develops, you change and your values change, and so for me, like there's things that I want to post that I probably don't post anymore. Like my kids, for example, as they've grown up, they're like, I used to post them because I've just it's part of my brand. Like I want people to know that
family.
But they're older now, so you can't.
No, I can't. They're like, no, Dad, we don't want to be posted.
Oh, they don't want you to be posted. Okay,
they
fair
are
enough.
like
two of them. Friend, is not successful.
Two of them are
according
actually, two of them.
Your kids don't want to be seen with you, mate.
Behind doors, they're cool, but two of them are just so against social media,
which is
so
good.
against being posted and blah blah blah. So they're like, no, absolutely not. So I'm like, oh yeah, like why not? Because it's just ruining everything. Like I like to like Christmas. I always post
a family photo.
In the pajamas.
In our pajamas.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Like for the last 10 years, like we've done it, and this year they were like, no, they're not doing it. They're like, we'll get dressed in our pajamas, but we don't want it posted on social media.
Because the mates are going to start making fun of them. Like,
is that what it is?
They're saying. They say like their friends like screenshot it and like all this.
So your friend's dad's not true, is it? Do you know what I mean? Be proud of who you are.
But Ibrahim's like that. So even like the gym videos and stuff, he's really conscious of me posting his. We go to the gym together.
Oh yeah.
He's really conscious about me like posting it, and he'll never reshare anything of mine on his social media. Yeah, because they're just kids, innit? Like I was like, I keep saying to myself, "What does it feel like having a sexy dad?"
Like that's the problem. We're still waiting for one.
There's a sound effect for that.
For myself. But yeah, moving on. Okay. If you don't look the part, will people still take you seriously in business? Again, it comes down to the fat guy who might know everything, and then you got the guy, the best of the shapes, ain't got a clue.
I mean, I don't think that people won't. It's not that if you don't look the part, people won't take you seriously, but people will take you more seriously and give you more respect if you are dressed the part, you're good looking, you smell good, right, and you turned out well. Right, and I think there's statistics behind this that good-looking people
Is that
get
unfair?
paid more. No, it's not. I mean, if you're ugly, you're ugly. There's nothing you can do about it, right? No, without, and there's not many ugly people in the world. I just have to say that, right?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Absolutely,
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
100%. So, but
You might think he's ugly. I
exactly
don't.
right, exactly. So no, but point is that if you're ugly, but you're out of shape. That's
See,
different. If you're
out of
ugly and
shape
you come out, you come out not.
That's not your problem. That's not your fault.
With
right?
the real get up, right?
Yeah.
So we have. There's certain things that we can't control. We can't control our genes. We can't control what our mum and dad look like. God has made us the way we are, right? Mm-hmm. That's fine. But everybody has a choice of how they dress, and you know what? Like it's like the gym, innit? People don't use deodorant.
You did at the gym. No one cares.
No, I care. Bro, there's a guy in my gym that when he's
could
on the
not-
treadmill.
Crazy.
Brother, you're that
It's
guy that stinks. And people, listen, there's
crazy.
a guy in my gym that
don't
when
want to
he's
either.
on the treadmill, right,
It's crazy.
I cannot be on the treadmill next to him.
Never.
Or if he's on the Stairmaster, bro, and he stinks, bro.
Why haven't you told him?
I ain't got it in my heart, bro.
have to tell
Junaid
him.
was supposed to tell him, and I'm like, you know what?
have
But it's
to
like,
tell
you know,
him.
that, like,
How's his groin, by the way?
you know, they were jumping on some boxes the other day, and he's triggered again. He's cussing you.
He's cussing me for doing. I told him to do it the right way. Drop the weight and do the motion properly. No, bro. He's from Alum Rock, isn't he?
No, he's not from
But
Alum
the
Rock.
sounds of it. And
something
he's
wrong
like,
with people
no,
from
bro,
Alum
we're going to put more weight on. He's putting more weight on and he's not doing his
What was he
movement
doing?
properly.
His technique
Leg
wasn't
press,
leg press.
Right?
Yeah.
And I told him, go deeper. And he was like, oh.
John was an
this is
ego
about
lifter.
2 months ago.
You,
That
do you get
was-
it? He was ego lifting, so he wasn't really doing the right. He wasn't in the right. And we've
the
been, and
technique,
to be honest,
yeah,
we've
yeah.
been telling him for years, saying, "Bro, we know you're lifting really heavy, but your technique's not right. So, like, what you doing?"
You're gonna hate
And then Nasa came to train legs with us, and Nasa was just saying to him, "Look, put your legs like this, go whatever." And he did it properly with that weight, and obviously injured himself.
Yeah, and that's it.
He was like,
It
"That's
was all
off."
over. Then he ran away. And now he still blames me for it. Like, don't blame me for
Yeah,
it.
calls him a bastard near.
So anyways, we were talking about so the stinky guy.
Yeah,
What's his name?
can't say.
cancelled.
I don't know. Yeah, but just I mean, so sorry. So back to your point. If you come well presented, you've got there's just certain little things, small things in it for guys.
I'm telling you now, like if you are dressed good, you smell good, you look good, you're gonna be taken more seriously. That's a
Have you ever transformed someone who's had a normal get out, right? But then they've kind of come to you, your personal brand, and you've said, listen, mate, you need to sort yourself out.
bare people.
And how do they feel?
You know what? For me, it's not just the presentation. For me, the true win is in their consciousness, is in their mental capacities, in their confidence. When they dress good, when they dress to suit themselves, they're a lot more confident. And when you're a lot more confident, you smash it. And that's what I try and unlock, the confidence. So there are a lot of people out there who don't really like wearing colour, but they don't actually know because they haven't tried. They don't know what tones suit them.
Yeah,
they
but
don't.
true. Everybody can't do what you do, bro.
And everyone
I
can't
get
look
that.
like you.
How many
like-
men are gonna like? How many men are gonna walk around like in purple and pinks? I mean, he would have
Exactly, yeah.
I get. Look,
What the,
I
can we
get.
just talk about that?
I get that, but it's
A
the
black
confidence.
man wearing a pink
It's the-
suit. No, you can pull it
it's
off.
the
Though, I'm not that, bro.
confidence.
He's been watching that Dolomite film a bit too much.
No, but true's true, man. True like rocks it, and
Again,
that's-
it comes
that's-
down to the.
yeah. But that's your brand.
confidence.
That's what it
Do
is.
you get
It's
it?
the
Yeah,
brand.
that's your brand, and that's what people love about you. That's what we love about you. So don't change.
Yeah,
Do your
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
You get
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Don't
But not
listen to
everyone can
us.
do that. Not everyone, bro. It's
But
really
you have to
difficult.
work out what works for you. So you have to work out what colours suit you. You have to work out what type of clothing.
What colour suit you, Tru? What's your colour?
Pink, purple.
Fuchsia pink.
What?
Fuchsia
Fuchsia
pink.
pink.
Yeah.
That's that bright pink, isn't it?
Yeah. Royal blue. But I'm in like a burnt orange season now, and browns and like very autonomous season.
Yeah, I saw those photos. It's sick, bro.
Oh, the photo shoot.
That look. I was like, this behavior
I
is
told him it was
unacceptable.
I told him. I said you're a very. I can't remember what I said. Beautiful man.
Yeah.
Well, we're brothers. We can talk. We can say that to each
yeah,
other.
of
You get it?
course,
Of course you can. And us as two, mate, this behavior is unacceptable, man.
Yeah, I know. But did he put it on his like?
his
I'm sure it was a. I'm sure it was a friends only story. Was it, or was it for everybody's
No,
story?
it was for
Why'd you do that, True?
Because there's just some things that I just want for close friends. Like
Okay, is that what it is? Is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
like,
yeah,
is
yeah.
there certain
There's
things you just don't want to show?
Yeah.
Like the whole world.
Yeah. And also that was a brand partnership with House of Cavani.
All right.
So I didn't want to put it out there until
Do you want
we
to
get
give
the
him a little
proper
shout out?
photos.
See, I've thought of doing that. I don't know who to like friend and who to like. You get it? Like, do you
Yeah,
have to like?
same.
Do you have to like select? Because I thought of putting everybody on there, but not my wife. So like, there's certain stuff. There's certain stuff, right? So like maybe when I start posting topless pictures,
But you
how
can
does it
just
work?
remove, you can just rather than doing that, you can just hide the story from your wife.
Oh, can I?
Can you?
Yeah, you
But
can
then the
hide your
problem is,
stories.
then what happens is her friends follow me. And so one of them will be like, "Oh, we saw Sonny like blah blah
Topless.
blah," and she'll be like, "Oh, really? You didn't show me that."
Yeah, no, that's a bad idea.
Like I have to
Yeah,
block.
that's-
I have to.
that's-
Do you block family? Have you blocked any family?
Not blocked, but
Oh yeah.
I've
Have you,
removed
Nessa?
them.
Have you blocked family?
No.
I've blocked.
I
certain
think
family
once you
members.
block people, that's it, isn't it? That's like you're-
Yeah, I don't do anything.
yeah, you're done with them completely. Like it's
Because
for
what
me to
annoys
hide
me
anything.
is like, people that I don't know, right? People that I only know on social media are my biggest supporters. Honestly, bro, like they'll engage with my content, they'll like it, they'll share it, they'll always, they'll always say something, right?
This guy never shares or likes my content, but you won't carry on.
No, that's a lie.
No, it's not.
Dishan, what did I share the other day? I shared something
yeah, I
for you
saw
guys.
it. He did share the table stuff.
That was a selfie of you.
Was it? No, it wasn't. No, I
Nah,
shared something.
you shared the
Because you said thank you for sharing.
Yeah. You
Which
shared
one?
it.
Your video when you were telling people that you were closing down your podcast and starting this.
Yeah,
Oh
he did
yes,
share it. He
yes,
did,
you
he
did.
did.
I think I told you
No,
to share that.
I have a no, you didn't. No, you never.
We did it.
No, you didn't. No, because they spam me, bro.
You told him.
No, he didn't tell me. No one told me anything. I did. Look, and look. Let's just
do
clarify
apologise.
this because obviously bot hurt, right?
What?
His bot hurt. So I have a general policy. On my social media. I don't share people's stuff because I get so many people requesting to share their stuff, right? I can't do it, bro. You can't, because otherwise you'll be sharing everybody's stuff. And we all know how the algorithm works, right? Once you post more than like 10 stories, your traction just drops, bro. Like people, your views drop. So you've got to be really, and people don't understand like social. I do now. I've been doing it for so bloody long. And I just don't generally, don't take offense, please. I just generally don't share people's stuff.
You don't even like anything.
I spend so much. No, but how do you like? What do you mean?
What do you mean? How hard was that question?
Do you like it or do you not like it?
How long have we got left on this bloody conversation?
As long as I've got about 400 hours on that.
Oh my god!
And 6 hours on that one.
Deep in it, don't even like anything. Flipping out.
Yeah.
But
Anyways, moving
I
on.
think Sonny's got a point just about like social media and
Sharing, I get it.
and
I get sharing. Yeah.
just interacting and engaging because now I'm starting to realize that I curate my algorithm and what I want to see come up. So I have to be really conscious about what I'm liking and what I'm not liking and what I'm.
That's why I didn't like his
looking
post because it will start coming up on my algorithm, my For You page.
And I'm a for I'm a
F
for you.
page, you mean?
Listen, True's trying to talk, man. Shut your mouth.
Sorry.
That's
Go on,
a question.
Tru.
Like, would you used to ever do OF
No.
just in a different?
I would. I'd sit there and talk like just like yeah. So
'Cause
look,
it's just
people
wrong.
people have
Yes,
misunderstood
and
it.
this is the thing. Like people have OF pages where they give content.
Bro, it's not about that because there's more weird people on there than decent people.
I don't give a shit. They're paying me. It's all good. If somebody wants to pay me to sit there and talk about content and whatever
That's what
else,
probably
right?
Epstein said as well.
Yeah, but the issue
and
is-
slowly he just
No. Oh, that's deep, bro. That's deep.
Whoa.
You
That's
just
how it
lost
works.
all the traction on this podcast, bro.
Whoa.
I said I'm not doing it.
You know. There's a guy that does cooking on there.
Mm.
I didn't know that. and makes a lot of money, bro.
Yeah. Different recipes.
You already know it as you just know it for the wrong stuff. He's not educated. So he's not like this.
I was going to say something else, but it's not you, is it?
Bro, I can't cook to save my life.
Topless cooking. Obviously, people are going to pay you.
People, listen.
Actually, that's not a bad idea, you know, business idea.
I'm telling you,
cooking.
there is websites out there. If you started selling your dirty underwear, right, packaging it up, people will pay you money for it. There's over 8 billion people in the world, right? Somebody somewhere is going to be on that, and they will pay you for it, bro.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
but
there was a guy that was selling his farts. Do you remember that? Did you see that?
That's a woman, not a guy, bro.
I saw something. Yeah.
That's a woman. That's a girl. That, you know,
And
jars of
people have
farts.
jars of farts. Like,
It's insane.
what
It's
kind
insane.
of world is it even real? Are we living in a?
It's absolute mental. There's another one. Someone selling air. What?
Bro, people will pay.
Package up air.
People will pay.
She just goes. There you go.
Yeah.
£5.
It's mad, isn't it?
Insane.
It's just mad. But anyway, it's like, you know, it's crazy shit out there, man. But you know, one thing I can't get my head around is this whole Epstein thing, and people are still walking around, you know, the guys that were involved in it.
Listen, while we're on this topic, right?
Yeah.
It's a power play. Okay.
Of course it is.
These guys they've deliberately put the information out and they're telling the world and they're telling us, this is what we did. It's in black and white and you can't do F all about it. That's it.
I was saying that before you came.
Yeah.
And they're sat there in their ivory towers saying, that's the power play. Do you get it? No one's going to go get, okay, there's a couple of guys that have been, you know, like taken off their CEO positions and replaced and whatever. But they're just minions.
Yeah.
You know, everything in those documents have been leaked because they want you to see it. There's a reason behind it.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Why would somebody leak all of
Bro,
that?
if there's stuff that doesn't, if they didn't want it, there's stuff in there.
Never know about it.
And look, this is the thing, right? I mean, I don't know if we can talk about this on this podcast,
Just
right?
do it.
Because whatever. But they're all, Epstein was an Israeli agent, right? He was put on that island deliberately so they could get all these nasty perverts to land on the island and do stuff. So then now they can hold it against them.
Yeah. That's what I was just.
You know,
it was on the Joe
Kingdom
Rogan
such
show,
and such
this
a
guy was talking
country,
about this.
you better do what's in the interest of Israel. Otherwise, we're going to leak that video of you doing that thing with that person.
That's it.
Right? And they've got information. I mean, look at the amount of people. But it's all strategic. There's no pictures of NASA doing no dirty stuff.
Because I don't do dirty stuff.
There's no picture of the Turkish president doing it,
Yep.
or Imran Khan,
Yep.
or you know,
China.
or China, or others, right? Because they can't buy these guys. Do you get it? But the other ones that they can manipulate
Easily, yeah.
I mean, there was even Ambani's son's on there.
The fat one.
No, the other one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been offered some, I don't know, Russian bird or something. I can't remember what it was. But it's
It's madness.
Crazy.
Even all these UAE law and everything, you think, what is real and what's not? Is it just because they want their people to turn around the governments and they're just throwing people's name in there?
And again,
I don't know.
and how genuine do you know it is? Because if there's an email in there, for example, from Tru to Sonny saying, let's go to Epstein's Island, it's just an email, isn't it? Do you get it?
And the first thing is, it's like,
how difficult is it to produce a one-pager, an email?
that's what I mean.
So
that's what I mean. Like,
so we need to take it on face value, but a lot of the stuff I can believe is true. You know, when we talk about the sacrificing kids and whatever.
yeah,
right?
that's nasty
These
shit.
guys,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
these
yeah.
guys are sick, bro.
See, the thing is, like you said, how hard is it to make a fake email? And then you've got black lines. If you're going to expose someone, expose everything. Why are you hiding certain emails and stuff like that? Just doesn't make sense to me.
We only get shown what they want us to see.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
deliberate.
that's exactly.
It's definitely deliberate.
You know, but it's way beyond our pay grade, to be
Yeah,
honest.
exactly.
Like, I don't even
It's
like.
just sick.
It's horrible.
Horrible.
And ultimately, as we all know, and as we all believe, there'll be a meeting with our Creator one day when we have to answer for what we've done in this world and how we lived our lives. And if you're conscious of that, you wouldn't go to Epstein's Island or anywhere near him, to be honest.
Or any island.
Crazy.
Do you think he's still alive?
Oh, yeah. There was this guy posted some video or something. He's got this bushy hair and everything. He's in Israel somewhere, just walking around like with people.
There's not many black people named in the photos, you know. Just thought of that.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It is, you know. No. Well, what's that guy's name? Oh, shit. Nelson Mandela?
Oh, come on,
He
man.
was talking about him. Not in the bottom, but they were
No,
talking
you're
about...
getting
That was a
confused
totally
with-
different... Yeah, sorry.
You're
my
getting
bad.
confused with that flipping ambassador. What's his name?
No.
Mandelson. You're on about Mandelson?
Was it Mendelssohn? Oh, yeah, probably.
Nelson
Sorry,
Mandela.
apologies.
How are you going to go
Not
there, bro?
my Nelson Mandela.
Not True's Nelson Mandela.
Not my Nelson Mandela.
I wasn't expecting
Never.
anyone from UAE in there. He's done so bloody hell. Everyone's in there, bro. I'm just. But yeah, I've publicly apologized for that comment. So, do you forgive me, mate?
I do.
Thank you.
All is figured
That's
out.
what matters now. True, the black guy. He's forgive me for it. It's a
I'm the
mistake.
representative of all black people.
Fantastic. There you go.
True's your man.
So, anyways, back to entrepreneurship stress, anxiety, sleepless nights, family strain. Why don't people talk about that? Let's talk about, the family strain that your family's taken because of you being absent and working hard.
I think you're following the wrong people because I talk about it almost on every single podcast. So you obviously don't watch my podcast.
I don't.
Oh gosh, it's one of them, isn't it? So, I mean, your own people, True, don't support you, bro.
Where's the research?
Yeah.
I don't. I just know everything about him.
Where's the research?
I know everything about
Stephen
him.
Bartlett here.
I've done about 3 episodes. They haven't been aired, but there have been about
We did
4
one,
episodes.
True. We went deep. We
What
went
happened
deep.
to it? 'Cause I haven't seen it.
You're not going to see that, bro. That's going to come out with the flipping
That was in the files.
Epstein files.
buried somewhere.
So NASA phoned me. So Sonny, I've been editing that podcast and we can't publish it.
It was just mental.
We spoke about a lot. I mean, to be fair, there
I think
wasn't
this
any.
is
We didn't.
better.
Yeah, we didn't do anything wrong. We were just talking about sexual health and intimacy and stigmas attached to that. And look, the problem is like the Asian community is
Just not ready for it.
they're not ready for
They're
it,
not
bro.
ready for it,
They're just too. Anyway, so
It's
we
very
couldn't-
much of a taboo subject. so.
yeah,
I get it.
and then
It's
we've
no
got
point.
mothers and sisters watching our content and stuff. So
And it was very raw. It was very
I,
very
because
raw.
I went in, bro.
way-
I was like, you know what? This is,
Yeah.
yeah, I
And
went
I was just like, nah.
Yeah.
No, because that's an issue. Like that's a huge issue, man. Sexual intimacy is a huge issue because you got people that don't know about it, and that's an issue with one of the causes of a lot of marriages too.
100%.
When men aren't pleasing their wives, or the wives aren't pleasing their men, and
out.
they decide to go to somebody else, whether that's the neighbor, the postman, or the whoever.
Postman.
I don't
The
know.
milkman.
Yeah, the milkman. And that's a huge issue. But I don't know. I don't know how it can be addressed and whatever. But unfortunately, it can't be addressed on a public platform.
Nah.
So it needs to be something like a closed door. It needs to be a closed door event for 18, 18 and over men, all men, right? Where you get them in and you say, right, this is, you literally go all in, and you have some older guys there, experienced in that sense, and you talk to the youngsters about that, about intimacy and about what to do and what not to do and what's right and how to treat a woman and all that kind of stuff. Because
And there's some really good books out there that you can learn how to please your woman. Anyway, that's a different story. We don't want to. We want this episode to come out.
pervert, I swear to God.
We want this episode to come out.
What aisle was it?
We don't need no books, bro.
2026. Going in the library like a freak. Looking around.
Amazon. Bro.
Yeah, Amazon.
Are libraries still around?
Waterstones.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
No,
Libraries,
libraries.
Yeah.
Got
Really?
one big, massive library in the city centre that looked.
Okay. Oh yeah, is it still
Entrepreneurs of 2026.
No, but do
Bloody hell.
people actually still go to libraries?
Yeah.
I don't
They
know.
do, you know. Yeah.
What was it? Look, you're saying it like you've been to one.
I said they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
True. When's the last time you went to a library?
I went for an event a few months ago.
And he's like, I don't go to the events. Is that flipping every other event?
Is it libraries?
I know.
But
Have you got any more questions for us?
yes, I do, sir. I just most of them we've kind of gone through within the conversation, so I'm not gonna even double repeat the whole thing. It's pointless. But if someone is listening right now, no brand, no audience, just ambition, what's the real first step they should take? Do they work on skills, image, network, or mindset first?
All of them together.
You can't do it together.
No, they can, because look, I think the most important thing is if you're there now, sat there and thinking, I've got an amazing idea, I want to start a business or whatever. The first question that you need to ask yourself is, why do you want to do it? Like, what's your why? And once you establish what your why is, that will determine how heavy and hard you're going to go in. Right? So for me, my why is my wife and my children, right? Is wanting to give them a better life, the life that I never had, and not ever wanting them to see the things that I saw growing up. That's my why, right? So if I'm ever upset, or if I'm ever having a lazy day or whatever, or I'm lacking motivation, on my desk I have various pictures of my family. I look at that and that reminds me straight away, that's my why. That's what I'm doing it for, right? And that's all I need. I don't need a motivational talk or a coach or whatever. At my age, experience what I've experienced, that's my why, right? So I think once you establish why it is that you want to do what you want to do, right? Are you just sick and tired of your 9 to 5? And that's a good enough reason. You're sick and tired of the rat race, right? The matrix, as Brother Date would tell you. That's a good enough reason to want to escape and become an entrepreneur and a businessman or whatever. If you've got parents that have looked after you all their lives and now you want to give back to them, that's an amazing why. I can't think of anything better. Do you get it? So wanting to give back to your parents before they pass away is an amazing why. So, or do you just want to do it because you just want to be rich and famous and you just want lots of money and whatever? And there's nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, the first whys will outweigh your why, bro, because that's just selfish, right? Do you get it? And sooner or later, you're going to just run out of energy and whatever. So establish your why. Why is it that you want to do it? And have a strong enough why. It can't just be about becoming rich and famous and having money. Like, I promise you, your intention is wrong to start with. If you're not thinking about the community and giving back, and if you haven't got family or parents or you don't like any of your family, then it's got to be about the community that have helped you get to where you are, and giving back to that community. So once you have a really strong why, you then just go out and smash whatever it is that you want to do. But everything that you mentioned in terms of like brand and skills and everything, they can all go hand in hand, because actually when you're learning about your personal brand, you're actually developing skills because you're learning stuff that you didn't know about. Do you get it?
100%.
So
couldn't agree more. Like, your why is so important. That's going to be the anchor of everything. That's going to be the thing that gets you up in the morning, that gives you that, I'm going to achieve something today, that just makes you feel like you're going to dominate and you're going to take over the world, because you've got that. You've got your purpose. You've got that why. So I think understanding why you want to do it is absolutely crucial.
Because some people don't know.
Yeah.
They don't.
I've spoken to entrepreneurs. Why is it that you want to start a business?
Yeah, they don't.
I don't know, really.
And even entrepreneurs that are in business, they don't know like why they're doing it. They don't know. Their why is completely just, they don't know.
It's pointless why.
Because not every look, we're really blessed that we've got family and we've got a wife and kids and whatever, parents and whatever, but not everyone has that. Do you get it? So like looking at we're like older entrepreneurs. Gosh, I feel old, man. How old are you, Tru?
41.
Am I actually the oldest on the table?
How old are you?
How old do I look? 42.
42.
Bloody hell.
42, man.
Look
What are you?
old.
Mashallah. How old are you?
41.
Are you 41? I'm not the eldest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better start listening to me, bitches. The older brother on the table. But so we're quite fortunate that we've got, an older, we've got family and, kids and whatever. So that's our why, right? But
That's not mine, but yeah, carry on.
But yeah, okay.
What's your why?
Oh, that's interesting. I was going to ask you what your why is, but I just assumed it would be that. But
People do
Go
automatically
on,
assume, but no, they're a huge part of what I do. But I think my why is fear, and fear of kind of, I guess, going back to poverty.
I love that.
Like, I grew up in poverty. Like, we grew up in a 2-bedroom house, 7 kids. All of us sharing a room. Like, it was extreme. In the inner city, and I always vowed that I was going to take myself out of it, and and be something. And the thought of going back to a place where some nights we couldn't eat, like, to me is just insane. It just fills me with so much fear. I'm like, I just can't. Like, it gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
Wow.
But that's a very important.
You know
why
what?
though,
That,
isn't it?
I mean, to be fair, I think I'm gonna like rejig my why, you know, because subconsciously, no, because I love that, and that's you know what? But I always talk about that, like, but I don't put it as, I don't consider it as my why. So when people ask me, like, what do you fear? So I always say my biggest fear is poverty. That's my biggest fear. You know, like generally having to go back to them days, right? And we didn't, like, you know, my parents didn't have 7 kids. They had a TV in their bedroom, so they had 4. Your parents obviously didn't have a TV. But my point is that, but that's interesting that you put it as your why. Like, it's just how you label it, right? For me, it's just like a fear. If the people say to me, what do you fear the most? You know, I fear, I mean, now, I suppose there's lots of things that I fear. Again, one of them is for, like, losing a child for obvious reasons, but definitely going back to poverty. That's like and that's actually one. Maybe I should start labeling it as my why. Actually, I just think you got me thinking, Tru. Honestly, because I'm thinking actually, well,
I'll be wasting time.
No, because that's
see, you do need a mentor.
That's my probably. That's my that's something that keeps me motivated.
It keeps me up at night. Like it to me, just knowing that, and there's a possibility that can happen, makes me continue to work as hard. And don't get me wrong, like, my kids and my wife, and, you know, they're a huge part and a reason to why I do what I do. But actually, if they all went, which I fear greatly, I'll still be going back to poverty. So in my mind, it's just like that's what I fear.
So what you're saying is, if your kids and everybody went, as long as you had money, you'd be all right.
I'll be better. Edit this.
This guy's messed up,
Edit
bro.
this.
You said it was all right.
But, you know, like, if my kids and my wife went, I'll be better than a.
Are you about like went, like, run off or just died?
Like, if for some reason then they decided that they didn't want to be a part of my life anymore.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So you're not.
Yeah.
I don't think you're as much of an arsehole now.
Yeah. No. If for some reason there was, like, you know what, like Tru's a bastard. He just works every day and doesn't have time for us. We're off.
Yeah.
I'll be better than what I will be if I was in poverty. And poverty for me is just a huge fear of mine. Like, I can't.
It's mad, isn't it?
The thought of going back to a place where you've worked so hard to come out of is just it's not possible for me.
Oh,
I don't see it as
there's
a
no option for it.
But the reality is that no matter how much we plan and prepare and have a nest egg and a pension and whatever, if God wants that for you, if God wants that lesson for you, either as
you will get it regardless.
Either as a punishment or a blessing, it's going to happen, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so but then we just ask that Allah doesn't test us in that sense, you know, like with poverty and whatever. And that's actually genuinely, for me, that's a prayer. The Prophet used to ask for the same things, to ask, you know, God to protect him from poverty. And for me, I always say, when I'm speaking to God, I always say, don't test me with the health of my children. Don't test me with with losing a child, but also don't ever test me with poverty. You know, and make me responsible with the wealth that you've given me, because that's a big thing in itself. You know,
100%. And I just want to caveat that with, I didn't have a terrible childhood. I know it sounds all doom and gloom.
I always have to say that too.
But you know, I had like, we had so much love in the house, and, you know, my mum did the best that she could, and we didn't really know any different, to be honest. It's only when you come out of poverty, you're like, oh, okay, this is.
I think we had rich people around us, so we kind of knew that we were the poor family, right? And we had, like, all the kids in school would have, like, they'd be wearing, like, the Nike trainers, and I'd have like the high tech or the Attache or whatever it was, like, and the kids would have, like, Rockports, but I had the pods. Do you get it? And I knew that I could never afford, but it was weird because they were like kids like that lived on council estates, but they were wearing Rockports. You get it? And we were like, we had our own house, but we were still poor. Like, you know, my dad was still like trying to pay the mortgage. We were poor still, but we couldn't afford, like, no way. Like, how are you going to, I used to be like, literally, I had to wait till I was probably 18 years old, right? 18, maybe 18 when I got my first pair of Rockports, right? And I saved up for these Rockports, but they weren't even the Rockports. They were from. Do you remember
Rockfords?
Yeah. Do you remember that? What was that
Were they
designer
Rockfords?
place in town by CNM? By the old
H&M.
Anyway, yeah, no. So there was a place like a designer outlet kind of thing where there was a couple of designer shops, and outside they had a stand and they had £50 Rockports on, but they were Rockports, but they weren't the design that we know that everybody had, right?
Yeah. They were fake ones.
No, they weren't
basically.
fake. They were just like but for me, they were still Rockports.
Yeah.
Do you get it? I don't care what. I was a kid, right? They were just still. I wanted the Rockport because everybody in school had a pair, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, how can they all afford to pay have Rock? I was like, we couldn't even. I mean, you wouldn't go to I could not go to my mum and dad and say I want a pair. You know what? Nasa, we didn't ask. We just didn't used to ask for it because you're never going to put them in that position because I know it sounds crazy. 175 quid. And then the resale was like 75 quid or whatever, right? Yeah. So they're 175 pounds, but we couldn't afford them, and like Nike and stuff too. We couldn't afford it. But
it's very difficult.
It is what it is, but anyway. So I say that too because when we talk about our childhood, the difficulty is true that someone listening is going to think that we've had a really. And I always caveat that. I always say,
have to.
Actually,
It wasn't that bad.
yeah, no, we had love, bro.
Yeah,
we used to really
Like,
enjoy it. I remember when it used to rain, right? This is so funny. It's not funny, I actually laugh. It's actually quite sad, but anyway. So in our house, when it used to rain, we'd have to have pots and pans upstairs because the roof used to leak, right? So to catch the water, and actually at night we could hear the drip, and it was quite soothing actually. It's sad. So we'd have like like a patila, right?
Yeah.
Like a patila
Like a
here,
pot.
patila there, right? Across the corridor upstairs, in the
Patila's
gully,
like a pot.
right? Different pots and pans,
And they would make a different sound.
of different sizes to catch the rainwater, and because the roof used to leak. And it's funny because when I speak to my sibling, I mean, Rizwan probably doesn't remember a lot of this. He was young, but my other two sisters, and they don't remember a lot of it either. And they're like, "Oh,
Are you the oldest?
No, I'm not. I've got two older sisters, but I remember everything. Like that shit was deep for me. That's part of my why not ever wanting to do that and whatever. But when I sometimes say to them, I think you guys subconsciously have blocked it out. I think you guys just don't want to remember that. But actually, for me, it's actually my ammunition. Like I can't forget that. If I can't forget that, I lose my fear or why, whatever you get.
I saw some of the photos from when we were young, right? And some photos of the house, and we were like, we live like bro. Like, I don't know whether I can say this or not.
Don't say it, Nasser. Honestly, it's so dangerous
it was
coming on a
just
podcast
like-
with this guy, man.
It was just like,
Our personal brand does
Did
not allow
we-
us to sit here.
did we?
Do you understand? Mine and Tru's
Everything's
brand.
cancelled.
Yeah,
we
cannot sit here.
we were like, because we're 8 siblings, right? Mom and dad, 8 siblings. It's about 10. Dad's always worked in Germany when he was well, and he used to come and go.
Did he have another wife in Germany?
No,
Not that you know of.
not that we know. I don't know.
Bro, the guy's in Germany. His mum's not with him. And he thinks his dad was just there working.
His father-in-law was with him.
Whose father-in-law?
my granddad, my mom's dad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, they both basically worked in Germany together.
They
and
both,
in
they
the
both,
same-
bro, they both
They
have
probably
wives.
did, yeah. But anyways, but yeah, we lived again. It was just very, very, very basic, but we just got on. It was beautiful, man, because everyone was under one roof, and it was a small house. And now, when I think about where we are now, I just think, like, it was so much easier back then.
When you haven't got it, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
Less money,
There's no
less problems.
expectations.
But we were saying earlier, like less money,
Yeah,
less problems.
yeah, 100%. But the difference is this, right? And I make the comparison to refugees, right? So I went to Africa, and I went to we were going to build a school in Africa, right? So I went to this village, right? It was so funny, True, because when we landed in this village, they all came to us and started touching our hair because they'd never seen Pakistani men. They'd never seen silky hair, right? So they were like fascinated. They were like
They
just
just
stroking.
never saw fresh.
Yeah, they were just like stroking. They literally never saw people that look. They're like stroking. Anyway, those people lived in mud huts, literally like you see in the mud huts, right? And they had. I'll share some of the content actually, so you can put it up when you do this. Yeah. So they had mud huts. All the animals were literally the animals used to live in this mud hut, right? And they had to walk. They obviously didn't have a school, and they had to walk for miles for water, right? But everybody in that village lived the same. Like even the chief, right, was like probably had a bigger mud hut or whatever, and their parents for generations, like that's it. So they don't know different. Right now, let's talk about refugees, for example, the Syrian refugees or whatever. I've spoken to refugees that used to have money, have businesses, have cars, drivers, whatever. Right. So losing everything and then having nothing is the worst.
Yeah,
because because it's that in refugee camps now. They've tasted like luxury.
Yeah.
They've tasted what they what they can. But the guys in Africa, the ones that we visited, they didn't know any. You get it? They don't know any different, bro. Yeah. And actually, if you pick them guys up and put them in a nice house, they're going to struggle. They're going to really struggle to do that, right? So my point is that with us, that was just everybody around us was like, that was the norm.
The norm.
Yeah. Do you get it? It was just nice. And it was, you had community and you had love. Like, and I felt, I genuinely think we were the last generation of simpletons, bro.
But also as well, this is a big thing. Like we didn't have comparisons. We didn't have social media showing us what other people were doing and what all we had was the TV media, and we used to think,
and there was only 5 channels.
That's unobtainable. That's like we didn't have a window into other people's worlds who are doing extremely well or quote unquote doing well, so we can be like, oh wow, like we want a taste of that.
And you know the scary thing is we didn't have aspirations.
Nah.
Like high aspirations.
Just life. It was just life. You're just getting on
when you were younger, if you just, I mean, I didn't ever think that, I never used to say I'm going to become a businessman and with this and that, whatever. I probably thought I'm just going to get a job. It's going to work. Yeah. But I always knew from day one that I wanted money. That I not wanted money in a bad way, but I just wanted to
improve life.
I wanted to become successful. I always saw that people that didn't have money were always treated really bad. And people that had money.
That's interesting.
Honestly, I saw that.
That's very normal in an Asian.
Yeah. So my dad was always the poor one, right? True, in the family, in the family, and even in our circle, right? So I saw people disrespect him and take the piss out of him because he didn't have money, right? And but there's other factors because Dad's a bit of a simpleton. He's a very simple guy. Do you get it? You could like take the piss out of him, and he wouldn't know that you're taking the piss out of him. In that kind of, he's really. My dad's lovely. I love him to bits, right? Grafter, solid, but just not an entrepreneur in that, in the way we see entrepreneurship. So, and I used to sit there as a kid and I used to actually defend him. And I used to say to him, I used to say to the guys that were taking, like, what are you doing? You can't, and the dad used to be like, but the music, like just whatever.
Chill.
And I remember I used to go home and like, I used to be like so mad. And I used to tell my mum, I was like, they were taking the piss out of Dad and who do they think they are? And it's funny because some of those people actually later on in life ended up working for me. Some of those people came to me to ask me for money. Yeah. So like, I'll never forget it. But I think I've forgiven them, but I'll never forget what they did. And they know what they did too.
That's so interesting.
That's mad, isn't it?
It's crazy.
It's how life turns around.
It's
crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's. I wouldn't be nasty to them. Do you get it? If they needed help, because that's just the way we've been brought up. But yeah, and I don't, and that's why I'm so really conscious of the fact that if I'm in a room with someone and they're less fortunate than me or whatever, I will go out my way to make sure that they don't ever feel uncomfortable in the company of me and my friends. Like I won't sit there if there's somebody in there, for example, that I know for all the love and money in the world, they can't afford a Rolex, for example, and I'm sat with my boys and we're talking about the next watch that we're going to, like, I just won't have that conversation in front of that person, and I think some people, we need to remember that, like, watch where you're sat, bro, and watch who you're talking, like.
Again, it comes back down to that being in that room, in a particular room where...
I it's really simple. But I even say to my wife sometimes, if we're going to a friend's house or someone's house that maybe they're not that well off, or whatever, and she like pulls out one of her designer handbags, I'm like, no, no, because I don't ever want us to go to someone's house who can't afford what we can, alhamdulillah. But I don't ever want that guy's wife
to feel bad.
To feel bad, bro. To say, or for her to say to her husband, oh, look, so and so, she's got a whatever. No, I just don't want it. So like,
that's such an interesting
it causes a lot of confliction between the couple, because then that person's gonna be like, oh, his wife can do this, I want one, or hint it out, and that becomes a stress. That becomes a burden.
You can't always disguise it or hide it or whatever.
I
just think we just
be responsible.
It's about being considerate, isn't it, and just being conscious about
being responsible. Really,
yeah. I get it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
stop flashing your flashy suits on social media. True.
Oh wow,
pink and purple suits. We can't afford them.
Yeah, stop giving it 10 with your Range Rover.
These are all his colours here.
Literally.
These are.
Let's need to try the green.
Gosh. But okay, the last question from here. Then I've got a couple of just whatever questions. If social media disappeared tomorrow, who here would still be successful and why? Because now, you are becoming a bit of an influencer. I want to talk about this new business that you're promoting. It'd be a nice little
Thank you for the acknowledgement.
And yourself as well. Social media plays
if social media disappeared, who would be, which of us would be successful? To be honest, my thing is this, right? Somebody once said to me, if you really love what you do, right? They said, if you won the lottery tomorrow, Sonny, and you had 20 million quid sat in your account, would you still do what you're doing now? So then I started breaking it down and thinking, well, actually, what do I do now, and would I still be doing it? Would I still be podcasting and coming on podcasts like this? Absolutely, possibly more, right? Yeah. Would I still be posting on Instagram stupid stories about, me having my romance with the toilet for 36 hours and stuff? Absolutely, yes. Would I still be posting on Instagram? Yes. Would I still be traveling to Dubai and going to the 1 billion follower summit and whatever? Like 100%. So what would I stop doing that I do now if I won the lottery? I'd probably retire as a managing director of security, because that's boring and everyone knows I'm getting bored of it, right? But everything, would I still be doing the investment company? Absolutely. Do you see what I mean? So,
but wouldn't you push that a bit more, because now you've got more capital?
Push what? Sorry, the investment company.
Investment
company.
Yeah.
So, but my point is, I'd still do everything that I'm doing apart from one of my roles. So, I wouldn't say I'd fail, but I'd be very bored.
No, but there's certain things we can't say on camera that you do. That we discussed off camera earlier, rich man problems. Z, remember we were talking about the rich person problems, a lot of money problems. Yeah, so you've got that to do. We won't discuss it.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I'm sure it's fun.
We need to know if it's fun or not.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you. But so I'd be bored. I don't know.
Yeah, what can you do?
Listen, social media discovered tomorrow, right? There's going to be a high rate of divorces, straight up, because couples are going to have to start talking to each other.
Yeah,
children, it will just be like, but it's
got nuts everywhere.
How do you feel about that, Tru? Would you? I mean, because your business is it reliant on social media?
To be fair, it is, but I think it's mindset as well, and I think being part of being an entrepreneur is about being resourceful.
Absolutely.
So you use the resources that you've got. So if social media was gone tomorrow, it would be difficult. It would be a challenge, but I'll still be resourceful. I'll use whatever else I've got to make it work, or I'll pivot, or I'll adapt to the challenge, because that's what. Yeah. Pivot.
Do you remember MySpace?
Yeah.
Did you have a MySpace?
I had a MySpace. I had a
MySpace, but for one day.
True.
No, I had MySpace, and one of my I still remember. Egyptian, the singer.
Yeah.
So over my picture carousel on MySpace. Remember, you could put the pictures up, right?
Yeah.
It was Egyptian song. I still I
had High Five.
I remember High Five as well.
Yeah, I had High
Five.
I do remember High Five.
High Five.
Yeah, before Facebook. It's MySpace. and then High Five.
I didn't have one, but I do remember High Five.
I had High Five. I made a MySpace one, but I was just like, what the hell is this? I forget this.
Yeah.
And then High Five was more like Facebooky kind of thing.
I don't remember.
But then Facebook came, and my mate's like, yeah, just don't join it.
Well, yeah, the bottom line is that you adapt and you just you resourceful. You use the resources that you've got, and I think all of us around this table have that entrepreneurial mindset, and all of us are resourceful. So we would just do what we can. Yeah, we'll crack on with it.
It'd be difficult.
Yeah, 100%.
Because then now you have to go out.
But then it would be a level playing field, wouldn't it? Because if it disappeared for us, it would disappear for everyone. So,
Well, yeah.
you know, like ultimately we're all on our ass.
Yeah, literally.
We're all trying to figure out now how do we speak to our wives and our kids because we've got to talk to them. You know,
These kids don't want to know.
My kids are like, no.
Yeah. Thank God it's gone.
No, Tru's kids love him. They just don't want to be on social media. So stop saying that they don't want to know. All right, stop being nasty, bully.
Okay.
But one of my kids absolutely love being on social media.
I don't want him to be having my back.
Is that Usher's bestie?
Yeah.
You can see he's made for the camera.
Full on.
So,
he's like True Junior. He is.
Yeah.
So I'm good with two of them actually. The eldest one as well. She loves it. So I'm good with two. 2 out of 4 ain't bad.
You got 4 kids.
Yeah.
How old's your eldest?
22.
Oh my God, he's a I just completely forgot. You're a granddad too.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What does that feel like?
Amazing. Like honestly, lads, as soon as you get your grandchild, everything stops.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait,
That's
man.
amazing.
Yeah. It's a different type of love. It's an unexplainable love. Like it's it's just different.
You've got a long way to go yet.
Oh
brother,
yeah.
so don't worry about that.
No, I'm not.
You've got how old are you now?
I'm 41.
So and
I'll be probably, inshallah, maybe 70, 80 when I'm supposed to be a granddad. I'll be maybe, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you leave it so late.
Yes, I know, for God's sake. Anyways, moving on.
So you're going to be like an
old granddad, bro.
I hope I
and
don't
an old
look it.
dad.
And
Like,
old dad too, yeah.
What you going to do with all the child races and stuff?
Mate, watch me. 1 million test is going to go up to 2 million. Yeah, let's go.
Because you're
Come
going
on,
to be
then.
running against like 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds.
Bro, I'll still play football and I outrun them. Not a problem.
In about 5 years' time?
I might not outrun them, but I'll still be running with them. But anyways, lads, what do you most like about yourself and why? That's for you, Sonny. And then we'll come to you, Zol.
Well, I love the fact that I actually care about other people, and I genuinely, truly want to help people, and I love that I'm quite emotional. Like I feel that God's given me a heart, and that's good. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I can attest to that.
And you,
You know what? I think I love that I am unequivocally myself in all situations. I am really authentic, especially in a world that tells you that you need to be a certain way. I feel like I'm very confident in that I'm just unequivocally myself, and I don't, or at least I try not to change for anyone or anything. And it takes a special kind of human being to be unequivocally you.
I just want to say, Tru is a special kind of human being, to be honest.
he is.
So,
I've not known you for a very long time personally. We've been Facebook friends for a very long time.
I love your Facebook, by
But,
the way.
huh?
I love your Facebook, by the way.
Oh, no, you always like my stuff, apart from unlike some people.
no, we talked about some really controversial stuff. You know, we were speaking about the. I'm going to talk to you about that actually. About the
Mate,
big
Oh,
sister,
there's absolutely nothing wrong with
the
that.
big sister. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Mate, I got.
there's
Listen,
nothing
I had
wrong with
people
that.
Get
send me
yourself in mess.
screenshots
About what?
about that post.
Which post?
The Muslim sister, the fat one.
Who I put up.
Yes.
I didn't put up.
Zishan, you know
anything
the one
about
that he did, right? The ambassador for health or something.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Moving on.
Moving swiftly on.
Moving on.
What about you? What is it that you love about yourself?
Come on.
Again, I just love helping people. If I can help someone, and if I can put out a positive message, and if it impacts someone, I'm the happiest person in the world. That's it. Nothing else bothers
I
me.
can see that.
Honestly, I mean, obviously, family and the wife and the children, that's separate, right? That's a given.
The wives.
I said wife.
Don't get him in trouble.
It'd be cool to say wives though. The wives.
I said wife.
I got my haircut from a new barber today, right? Check this out. And his dad has 3 wives in Kurdistan, and he has 14 children, bro.
He's slacking, isn't he?
He's the goat.
He's slacking, bro. My friend, he's got 2 wives and 12 kids. So technically, he's doing better.
No,
than that
because
guy.
this guy's got 3 wives, bro. But he's an old man with a massive white beard, and like he's a G man.
No, I'll
3
tell you
wives,
who's
he's
the
the
G.
goat.
I'll tell you who's the G. That Dad guy up in America. He's not America. Sorry, Middle East. He's got about 14 wives and about 70, 80 kids.
Bloody hell.
That's just too much.
That's getting ridiculous.
His eldest.
You ain't
has
got time for them.
I think.
I'd make the time. 14 different women, bro. Come on.
I'll see you in 2 weeks. Now. Oh God! But
Well, what's the next question? Are we
that's
excited?
it, man. That's it. We're gonna
No more
wrap it
questions,
up
yeah.
now. We're gonna wrap it up. I think we've gone through everything, and it's been very educational and informative in a very nice, humorous way.
How long have we been talking for?
1 hour 48 minutes. Yeah,
That's bonkers.
and you know, there's a lot of questions here that I don't want to just repeat
Yeah,
because
no, that's
they've
fine.
been happening. So, gentlemen,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Turn it up. Thanks, guys.
And this is for
Do we do it?
the bros.
Are we doing a dance? Are we gonna...
Hey!
I don't know that. We on the tail and start dancing, or we're just gonna...
No, it's not that kind of show, bro. It's not that kind of show, no.
Just get jiggy with it.
No. Yeah.
Okay, tell us when to stop.
Yay!
Well done.
That's good.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, it feels weird.